On. I'm turning the face piece
Great.
off so you can't see it. So now we're just going to have to talk to
the camera.
the people right here.
Talk to the wonderful people.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, and action.
Hello, I'm Dr. Neil Mathews.
And I'm not. It's funny every time.
From Back Care Professionals Chiropractic Office, and today is issue number 14 of our. Nope, I'm sorry. Yes, it is.
It is.
No, you're
No,
good.
it's issue 15.
15 because we're not
This is
doing
issue
14 yet.
I could just throw this away then.
And now I'm lost because you
Well,
have issue 14 in your
Well,
hand.
I know. Luckily, we don't have anything up here underneath the camera that we can cheat with. So don't think we're looking at anything.
Not at all. So you know what we're going to do is we're going to have a moment of silence.
Oh, it'll be very sad.
Yes, and then
A moment of silence for us.
Stare at the camera because
Yes.
then I'm going to cut,
Okay.
and then I'll go get the piece of paper
Okay,
so we can
good.
follow. You ready? One, two,
And cut. Did we cut?
and...
Oh, okay.
We're cutting now, but where's the
Okay.
piece of paper?
I don't know.
There it is.
Oh, there it is. Okay.
Okay.
What am I looking at this thing for then? That's the wrong one.
Yeah, I know.
What the heck?
Okay, and
one,
We're-
2, 3. Welcome back.
we're back.
We're back.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, but sorry for the interruption because we now have the right
yeah,
paper.
It was so upsetting to us. Yes. Mhm.
So we're on the issue 15 now because
15 now.
please
Because-
stay tuned for issue 14,
Yeah.
which will be coming up next.
Which will follow issue 15. It's the new math. It's
Yeah.
really confusing.
Yeah, don't
Now-
ask.
yeah. Now, you might be wondering where we've been since our Christmas issue.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you might notice something about us, that there's a very nice calm about us because we've been away training at the Shaolin Temple in
Shaolin.
Shaolin.
Shaolin, China.
Yes.
I went there.
Okay, yes. And we were busy training there, and we learned many things. And one of the things that we studied there is ticks.
Oh.
Ticks.
Yes.
Did you have anything you wanted to follow up with about ticks?
Well, what if you get ticked off?
Whoa, that's one of the things we studied, in fact, that it actually is a true fact that if you get ticked off for the next 2 hours, count them, 2 hours, there is a 5 times increase in the chance of you having a heart attack. How about that?
That is.
Now, speaking of
Seafood.
heart attack, seafood, I'm not really that hungry, but thanks, though.
Yeah.
That's a little inside Shaolin Temple joke
Yeah.
that he threw out there.
I know, all
Yes,
those monks
yes.
are just, they're always just kidding themselves.
They're always joking around there.
Practical jokes are just
Yeah,
incredible.
you know, you think they're all serious. No way, no way. Watch it in the bathroom. Watch it in the bathroom. But anyway, speaking of heart attacks, when you mentioned heart attacks,
Yeah.
I was just thinking, symptoms of a heart attack, what would they be? And would they be the same for a boy as opposed to a girl? What would the
Or a man or a woman. I know generally boys and girls don't have heart attacks.
In the Shaolin Temple,
Oh, that's
we
true.
learn many ways.
That's true.
Many ways.
Yes.
So if
But
you were
it's
going,
different from a boy. When,
Yes.
It's like what, a 6-year-old when they have a heart
we
attack.
went in as boys and we came out
As
Shaolin boys.
yeah,
Whatever.
men.
Yes.
Yes.
So
But
if-
anyway,
so
there's a difference. Now
yeah.
we have to get serious because we
Darn
have to be
right.
serious as a
as a
heart attack.
whoa.
The Shaolin training is paying off.
Yes. Yes, because we can talk very seriously about this now.
Right.
That in men, the classic symptoms of a heart attack, which are often described as a large pachyderm sitting on your chest. Now, what would a pachyderm be, Dr. M?
An elephant,
Okay.
I believe, is a pachyderm.
Right. Any other pachyderms you can think of?
Are hippos pachyderms?
I think so.
Okay.
And
I thought they were guinea pigs.
rhinos?
Rhinos? That's
Very
right.
good. Very good. So people don't think about them as pachyderms, but if you have 2 or more of them, you really have a pachyderms with you. But that is the classic
Wow.
symptoms of an elephant sitting on your chest. Also sometimes accompanied by pain or numbness radiating down that left arm. Now, if you were a female, what would some of those symptoms be? Because they're not usually the classic chest pain or crushing pain, but they might be something like
I don't know. Sweating.
yeah,
and
sweating.
palpitation.
Your stomach might feel very upset. But because some of these symptoms are not the classic heart attack symptoms that men have, they're often ignored by women. And often by the time that they get to an emergency room for some serious care, some serious damage has already been done to their heart. So, just one of the things we learned on the Shaolin Way,
Mm-hmm.
starring us.
Yes. And while we were gone, if you haven't noticed too,
Yeah.
our studio was remodeled.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Yes. We're no longer in studio.
No, this is Studio 3B.
It is still 3B.
Or,
Yes.
Yes.
Mhm.
But we remodeled, and I really do think the toilet paper does look better over there
yes. Yes.
than the paper towels.
Yes, because we had looked at that many different ways.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, next
Okay.
one.
Moving right along too.
And well, you know what? We had
Yeah.
one of our we sent a staff member out
to do some research.
do research on that
Wow.
big orbiting thing in the sky, that yellow thing that's very bright up there. And
You might know what that is.
and she wrote an article for us, which was
Wow.
very nice of her. to
Wow,
do.
yes.
Yes. And what it is called Practicing Safe Sun.
Wow.
And using the proper suntan
Sun
lotion.
stuff.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
okay.
Okay. Because skin cancer is probably one of the most common cancers there is, and one of the most leading causes of death. And just on a serious note, my father and also a very close cousin of mine, who's just a little younger than I am, both passed away from skin cancer. So we definitely get checked as often as we can. But anyway, but there are tips
Right.
for
right.
what type of sunscreen to use and which SPF factor. And do you know what SPF means?
Well, in high school, it meant Scotch Plains Fanwood.
Oh, okay.
Is that what you mean?
That's what it is.
Yes, okay.
Exactly. Yes. It is sun protection factor.
Oh.
Yes. Now, you should, tip number one is that you should have a sun perfection. You should.
He's doing well.
No, yes, I should.
The
Sun
chewing
protection. Okay, you know what we're going to do? We're going to stare in the camera and in a moment of silence. And I'm going to cut that. I'm going to cut that part out,
Okay.
and you'll never know that
they won't even notice.
Nope, no. So anyway, our first tip.
Yes, yes.
Is to pick what is that? Suntan lotion. That's what I was trying to come up with.
Okay,
Not that word.
okay.
And the SPS factor should be between
Yes.
15 and 50, because at about 15 it starts protecting you from the burn.
Okay.
And then it kind of maxes out after 50. So if you have anything above 50, the benefit is not going to be that great.
Okay.
Right?
15 to 50. Okay.
15 to
Got
50.
that.
Yes.
Okay.
And you also should use a broad, number two, a broad spectrum type
Okay.
of protection, which filters out the UVAs and the UVBs.
Mm-hmm.
The UVB, I'll be okay. The
Eventually.
UVB, I think so. The UVBs are the ones that really don't penetrate that far, but they can cause the burn, and the UVAs are kind of a deeper penetrating one, and they'll cause you the aging problems and some immune problems, and eventually possibly the skin cancers.
Okay.
So you want something that's going to cover both of those.
Okay.
All right. Also, number three, don't use an aerosol type of spray.
Okay.
The reason is in order to make that sun lotion not look white on you,
Right.
they have to use certain chemicals, which are not really good chemicals to have.
Okay.
And plus, as you spray, you can inhale the stuff, so you can get that into your system much faster and much better that way.
Okay.
Okay. And no oxybenzone.
None.
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 Whatsoever.
Should never have that.
No, none.
No.
You shouldn't have it for breakfast. You shouldn't have it for dinner at all.
Even
Just
if you're
cut it
between
out of
the
your diet.
ages of 15 to 50.
Yeah. And about 56% of the sunscreens contain oxybenzone, which is just a harmful chemical. If you can go without it, and put less chemicals.
Just go without.
Yeah,
Just
in
go
your
without.
body.
Yeah.
Well-
We'd like to be oxybenzone free here. That's one of the things we learned in Shaolin Temple.
All right.
Okay.
Next, and you shouldn't treat sunscreen and bug repellent kind of the same way, because bug repellent you should apply every 6 hours or so, because there's a lot of chemicals in that stuff. But sunscreen should go on every few hours, and make sure that if you go swimming or you're sweating a lot, put it on more than that.
Gross. Yes.
So let us go in a nutshell, which is
a summary.
Yeah. Limit your peak hours of the sun, which is around 10:30 to a.m. to because I discovered at 10:30 p.m. there's not much sun
Yeah,
out there.
yeah.
So
He's done a lot of research.
Yes.
Just backing this up.
That's right. That's what we learned at the Shaolin Temple.
Yes.
So 10:30 a.m. to about 3 p.m. is when the sun is at its brightest. Once again, use a broad spectrum sunscreen, which blocks out the UVAs and UVBs. Use between a 15 and a 50 SPF factor,
Right,
which
Scotch
is
Plains
Scotch Plains,
fanwood.
yes. Okay, don't skimp. Make sure you
No.
lather up.
Don't skimp.
And if you go swimming or sweating or having other fun stuff, make sure you reapply, and at least generally every 3 hours.
Generally, yes. And
Okay.
remember that sun and bugs are different.
Yeah,
You
yes.
made that point somewhere
Well,
along
yes,
the way.
the big,
Repellent.
yeah, the sun
The
is
sun
that big
repellent.
orange thing, and the bugs are those
The
little,
bugs may not be that big.
yes,
Although, we've seen some big bugs around here every now and then.
not as big as Florida. They have those big palmetto.
Yes,
things.
they do.
Yeah.
Yes, they do.
Yeah.
How big are they? About this big?
They're at least.
Yeah.
At least, yeah.
I've seen them drag people off.
Mm-hmm.
It's very sad. Now, in the Shaolin Temple, we have trained with bugs, so we know how to handle them. Be friendly.
I skipped that.
Be very
course.
friendly.
They were
Yeah.
too icky.
Yeah, it was early in the morning. He didn't want to get up. So, yeah.
No, there's too icky. I don't like bugs. So,
Okay,
next.
so now that you're fascinated with this chatter, let us move right along to one of the secrets that we learned in the Shaolin Temple,
Mhm.
and that is actually the secret of muscle aging.
Mhm.
Unfortunately, Mother Nature has not designed us to stay strong for many, many, many years. In fact, there is actually a number of studies that show pretty much approximately the age where we start to actually lose our muscle mass and our muscle strength. What age would you guess that would be, Dr. M?
Like my age, maybe about 30.
Okay,
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
So when you get to be as old as Dr. M, okay, around 30, unfortunately what does happen is that our body does start to lose its natural strength and muscle mass. Studies show that we lose between 0.5% and 1% a year. So by the time you reach Dr. M's age, you've probably
30.
lost about 100% of your strength.
At 30.
Yes, at 30. But that is the age when we do start to lose our natural strength and muscle mass. And unfortunately, the loss of muscle mass, the loss of strength is also associated with a person's ability to live on their own. So as a person, in quotes, naturally ages, if they don't do something to fight that natural aging process, you can be finding yourself more debilitated and less independent. Now, there are some things, some of the things we can't change. Unfortunately, there's the loss of hormones, which we could change, but we'll just talk about that in a second. But some of the changes are chemical, to where our nerve cells and our muscle cells, our protein synthesis, it just doesn't function the way it did up until the age of 30. But one of the things that you can do to help fight back against this aging would be a certain type of workout. And that workout, Dr. M, would be with
Weights.
with weights. That's right. By using weights, or sometimes referred to as resistance training, you can actually hold off a lot of that muscle degeneration or muscle aging. There's a lot of different ways to train, and I think a couple weeks ago, it wasn't about this subject, but you were talking about the difference between a marathon runner and a sprinter.
Right. Mm-hmm.
That if you look at their bodies, they look completely different. The marathon runner can run for hours, and that's fine, but he's already lost probably a great deal of his muscle mass. But a sprinter, they still look pretty darn powerful because of the resistance training that they do.
And the short sprints that they do.
And the short sprints that they do.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? So
Seafood.
seafood, yes. So using weights 2 to 3 times a week will really help. Although we can't prevent aging completely, you can hold off a good bit of it. Now, getting back to the loss of hormones as we age, which in our case would be testosterone, but in women's case it would be the estrogen and progesterone, which it's natural to lose. But those hormones are connected with youth and strength. So one of my favorite supplements goes by the initials DHEA, because DHEA is a precursor to both testosterone and estrogen. So by taking that, again, you're not going to become we're not saying you'll become Arnold Schwarzenegger, but it will provide your body with the precursors to that testosterone or the estrogen and progesterone that your body needs to maintain that youthful activity. Anything else you'd like to
No, I don't
add
want to
about
look
that?
like Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Well,
I'm holding off.
yeah,
Yeah,
he doesn't
holding
want to
back 'cause
overtrain.
That's right.
Yes. That was always a good one when new guys would come into the gym and they would always say, well, I don't want to look like Arnold. And we would look at him and go,
Don't worry.
no chance of that. If that ever happens, let me know. Yes. And I'm thinking that you probably want to say something in summary.
In summary,
Yes.
is that we are like at the end.
Right. Very sad.
And we're summing it up, and then just to stay tuned for issue 14, which will be coming up hopefully within the next
8 months.
few months or so.
Because we could be going back to the Shaolin Temple at any time.
That's right. Yes, we've been away for a while.
We've been away for quite a while. Okay. Thanks for watching.
Bye.
When you take the pebble from my hand, it will be time for you to leave. Please excuse me.